Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is an A2 level functional language lesson. We're continuing our series about being on vacation, and in this lesson we're going to be talking about sightseeing. Alright, so we have a postcard from Anne, so we're going to read that and then answer these questions. Where is Anne? What has she done while on vacation? And what has she visited recently? So you can either pause the video and read on your own, or you can follow along as I read. Hi Wendy, I'm having a wonderful time in Madrid. I have visited several museums, including the famous Prado, where I stayed for more than 6 hours. I walked along the magnificent Gran Via and explored the area around Puerta del Sol. Last night we ate at a restaurant in one of the side streets near our hotel. Tomorrow we are taking a tour around the Palacio Royal, which I think will be very interesting. Love, Anne. So where is Anne? She is in Madrid. And what has she done? She's visited some museums, walked along the Gran Via, and explored the area around Puerta del Sol. And recently, or last night, she ate at a restaurant in one of the side streets near her hotel. Alright, so what kinds of sights do you like to see when you're on vacation? So here's some examples of things that you might be included in a sightseeing tour. Alright, so you're going to complete the conversation by filling in the gaps with words here from the boxes about Petru and Ariadna on their vacation in Athens, Greece. So take a few moments, pause the video, write down your answers, and then restart when you're ready to check. Alright, here are the answers. Today's been so busy. Can we rest for a while? I mean, we spent hours at the Parthenon and at least 2 hours wandering around the Acropolis Museum. Come on, we're only here for a few days and there's so much to do. Listen, why don't we go to Kolonaki and get something to eat? Afterward, I want to visit the National Archaeological Museum. No, I can't see any more art or exhibits today. I'll come with you to Kolonaki, but then I'm heading back to the hotel to relax. We can meet again for supper. All right, now here's some other useful words and phrases that you might need when you're sightseeing. So do you know some of these? Maybe want to practice using them in a sentence or explaining what they are. So we have a brochure, a hop-on, hop-off bus tour, a tour guide, a boat tour, to wander around a place, opening hours, entrance fee, to take an organized tour, to stroll around a place, or to visit a site. So see if you can make some sentences using these words and phrases. Alright, once again, you're going to read this dialogue and fill in the gaps with words from the boxes. You can pause the video and try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. Alright, here are the answers. Would you like a private tour of the church? I can take you around in just over an hour, and you won't have to wait in line for a ticket. Well, I don't know. How much does it cost? I charge €25 for the tour. I will explain everything about the church to you, and of course I can answer all of your questions as we go along. Actually, that is a good price. Okay, agreed. Let's go. Great. So let's start over there. If you look up, you will see. All right, so now we're going to talk about the types of sites that you might like to visit. So we're going to try to match the site in parrots to its type. So again, you can pause the video, do that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check the answers. All right, so the Louvre is an art museum. Let's see, the Eiffel Tower is a monument. Notre Dame is a religious building. The Latin Quarter is a district or neighborhood. The Champs-Élysées is a famous street. And the Place des Vosges, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, would be a historic square. All right, how to see London in a day. So we're going to read about these sightseeing tours and then you can decide which one you would prefer and why. Again, you can pause the video and read on your own or you can follow along as I read. What better way to see the world's greatest city than on foot? Take a 5-hour walking tour through the famous streets of Old London, starting at Trafalgar Square and walking through the historic districts. On the way, you will visit churches, famous landmarks, Big Ben, and the Houses of Parliament. See London from the Thames. For hundreds of years, most traffic in London moved up and down its river. Take a seat on our all-weather boat and relax while we take you from Chelsea to the Isle of Dogs. You can sit back and listen to our knowledgeable guide take you through thousands of years of history. Buy a day ticket for our hop-on, hop-off bus, and you can visit as much of London as you like. The bus leaves from outside Pall Mall and will take you along the famous roads and streets of this great city. You will have a great view as you pass hundreds of historic landmarks, buildings, and parks. All right, so now we're going to look at some statements and see if you can figure out who would say them. Would it be the tour guide or the tourist? And then try to think of an answer for each question. So how long does the tour last? I think that would be the tourist. And the tour guide might answer, with how many hours the tour lasts. Please remember to meet outside the museum entrance at 9 a.m. tomorrow. That would be the guide. Will there be somewhere to buy food and drink? That would be the tourist. And the guide might answer with information directions to restaurants, snack bars, kiosks for snacks, that kind of thing. Do you have a guide who speaks Russian? That would be the tourist. And again, the guide might answer either yes or no, or might refer the person to an audio recording so that they can hear the descriptions in their own language. Would you prefer a private guide or would you like to go on a group tour? I think that would be the guide saying that. Please make sure to bring a good pair of walking shoes. Again, that would be the guide. And is there somewhere to buy souvenirs? That would be the tourist. All right, so now try to match these, the first part of the sentence with the second part. So here, when you are in a museum or a gallery, Remember not to touch the paintings or exhibits. If you book your tour with a travel agent, it is customary to give a tip to your tour guide. Check the opening hours before going to a site because not all sites are open 7 days a week. And in most places of worship, like a church or mosque, you are expected to be silent. All right, here's another conversation where you can fill in the gaps. Again, you can pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. Do you feel like visiting a couple of famous squares? There is a market in one, and we can get a coffee there too. Not so much. What about visiting Campidoglio Coliseum? We can visit a museum there, get a great view over the Forum, and then stroll to the... I'm not sure. I'm going to check the answers on this one. Sorry about that. So this one actually should be on foot. Sorry, I made a mistake there. Now stroll to the Colosseum. On foot, we'll get too tired. What about by bike? That'd be great. No, Rome is a great city for walking. I think it's too dangerous to ride a bike. The traffic is too heavy. Okay, so let's go on foot, but I want to stop somewhere to get gelato. All right, here's some sights to see in Sydney, and you want to choose a few that you would like to see or visit, and then think about how you would get there. So the Taronga Park Zoo, the Botanic Gardens, the Sydney Opera House, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and Bondi Beach. All right, now we'll read about some travel passes. And these are things that are sometimes offered to tourists to help you save money. So again, you can pause the video and read on your own, or you can follow along as I read. City Museum and Art Pass. Entry to 53 museums, 20% discount on any items purchased at a museum gift shop or restaurant. 2-day pass is $42.50. 5-day pass, $119. Travel Pass, 5-day or 7-day options available. Unlimited travel on the city's bus, ferry, or underground system. All trips must be taken within Zone 1. Journeys outside Zone 1 require an additional fee. All right, so you're going to organize a 2-day sightseeing tour of your own city or a city that you know well. You should think about the following. Is this going to be a private or a group tour? What sights will you see? Will you go somewhere to eat during the tour? How will you get around? On foot? By bus? What cultural sites will you visit? How much does the tour cost? And at what time does it start and where do participants need to meet? And then once you've thought about those things, describe a tour that you did in the past. And remember to use the past tense if you're talking about a past tour. And you can include this information. What city were you in? Where did the tour start? What was the famous place, landmark, or museum that you visited? Where did you go first? And did you see a famous square or see a famous view? And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, and share my channel. And if you have any questions, please leave those in the comments. Have a great day. I will see you next time. Thanks.